Hey, it's more Sonic High School! Woohoo! Chapter 4. Sonic did like in the first chapter and went to school again. Now it's lunchtime and Sonic was in the lunchroom. Sonic was telling all of the people at his table who were Tails, Knuckles, Shadow, Espio. For those who don't know who Espio is, he's the purple chameleon that kind of looks like a rhino. And Charmy the Bee. What about Victor? Or Vector? Victor? What about the giant crocodile guy? What about him? And what about Mighty? Mighty the armadillo, who was technically Sonic the Hedgehog, but we're not gonna go that far. Douches. Yeah, Charmy the Bee about what did happen yesterday, but Tails already knew, so he was nodding his head like a good friend. I forgot from it that said like a goofball. You should have seen it, said Sonic. I was in a haunted house and I shot Eggman, but I let him go. I let him get away right before I could have killed him. Sonic laughed and Tails laughed at the same time. Knuckles said, You should stop going on these cool adventures because high school is more important, said Knuckles. And Sonic knew he was right because, sorry. Oh yeah, Sonic knew he was right because it's called Sonic High School and it could be more about high school, about the high school part. So Sonic asked them all what they're up to. They're at the table, eating their lunch. What else could they possibly be up to? Well, maybe Shadow could be doing his homework, you know. Or Espio. You actually see Espio doing his homework, just there with his book, just reading, like not giving two shits about what's happening around him. Like, yeah, woohoo, Sonic. Totally awesome, because everybody loves Sonic. Well, I'm entering in the science competition, said Tails. To win the science competition, I have to come up with the best invention, and my invention is the invisible hat, which is technically me pretending to wear a hat. It makes you invisible, but I can't do it right now because I have to make sure it works perfect for the science competition. Tails was smart that Sonic knew he would win science. He would win the science competition because Tails is like Einstein, a word. Nerd! Snorted Knuckles, sorry, right into Tails' ears. What a bad guy. Knuckles is not a bad guy, he's a neutral party. I'm just going to hang out and not going to class because I want to cause trouble. Dang, trouble, said Knuckles. Knuckles was so bad that he would cause trouble. Oh my god, I'm yelling! Cause trouble, Sonic thought Knuckles was a fuck. What are they? Sonic thought Knuckles was a fuck. Shadow was next, and he was badder than Knuckles, but in a different way. I'm not going to be around much longer, said Knuckles. He said he always did at the end of what he was saying because it was mysterious. Where are you going? Asked Nosy Little Tails, because he was curious, like a prick or a motherfucker. I'm going to kill my parents, said Shadow. What the hell? First of all, Shadow's a clone. Okay? See, this is how Shadow is worse than Knuckles. He did serious bad things. At least at the end of the day, Knuckles could sleep. Shadow was too dark for that. It kind of feels a little racist. Just a little. Just a little. I'm going to try out for the football team, said Espio. Espio was athletic. Like Sonic, but not as fast, but he had a horn on his nose because he's a chameleon. That was good for attacking people in front of him, so Sonic thought he would be a good football. Why am I yawning? I'm going to try out for the play, said Charmy Bee. Charmy Bee was loud and sings well. And singing always. You're an annoying fag, so just go do it great, said Knuckles. You don't hurt my feelings, said Charmy. Charmy was used to being hectored, so he was able to remove himself from his potent fur. Did you see Rouge just now? Espio said. She is looking so hot in her tiny bra. Espio obviously wanted to kiss her deep. What? You should ask her out, said Sonic. Dang. But the prom was yesterday, said Espio. Well, that's okay. You can date anytime, said Sonic. Oh, said Esvio. Well, I am going to kiss and sex her tonight. What the fuck is happening? Esvio was like a little boy looking at his mom's boobs for the first time. I'm not going there. Sonic and Tails together were both looking at each other, and they wanted to help Esvio. We are gonna help you get a date, said Sonic and Tails at the same time, simultaneously. And we're going to do it right, said Sonic and Tails. Sonic and Tails, God, I'm getting tired of Sonic and Tails. I'm for some reason getting hungry. Sonic and Tails got up and both grabbed one of Espio's arms and dragged him across the room. Sonic did most of the dragging because he is strong. Grr. And put him right at Rouge. What is all this about? Said Rouge with a questioning sound. She blinked her eyelids quickly like a race car. What do you want? Why are you here? Espio looked right into her eyes with a passion like 100 barking dogs, and Rouge said, Rouge, will you go out with me? Espio was sweating, and there were drops of sweat dropping off his hand in front of her. I don't know, said Rouge, looked at Espio. Rouge gave him a sexy look that made Espio fall in love. Do it! Sonic and Tails said together at the same time. Okay, we can go out on a date tonight, said Rouge. Sonic and Tails and Espio were stoked and high-fived right there. By the time this night ended, one of them would have done their first sex. Now here's the hard part, said Espio. How do I put sex in her without getting in trouble? Sonic and Tails looked at each other and thought, uh-oh! And Espio walked out while holding on to Rouge's boobs. Holding on to Rouge's boobies, because they were now boyfriend and girlfriend, and it's allowed to do it. Tune in next time for another Sonic High School. Squirrely Munk is out.